Hey everyone, before we get started, I just want to introduce myself. This is Craig Emmerich. My wife Maria and I have published a whole lot of books, over 20 books, over 20 years. If you include our ebooks like this one, I think we've got upwards of 30 books that we've published. We've been helping hundreds of thousands of people over the last 20 years get healthy, lose weight. Here's some examples of some of them. And we're going to talk about some interesting topics today.
Aloha friends. One of my very favorite things to do is go camping, and I love camping in Devil's Lake, Wisconsin. If you've ever been here, give a shout out. It's amazing. I already ran around the lake this morning, and now we're on a family hike around the lake. And to keep my energy up, I always pack LMNT with me. All you have to do is throw it into a bottle of water and shake it up. It's a natural Gatorade without sugar. And if you want to get a free sample with your order, they are so generous. If you go to drinklmnt.com/KetoMaria, you can get a free sample with your order, and it's really good. We love the raspberry, we love the orange, the watermelon's good. They're all good, and even the chocolate. It makes a great hot chocolate after a long hike around a campfire. So check it out, drinklmnt.com/KetoMaria.
I'm going to talk about what are the best protein sources when you're prioritizing protein, and you want to make sure you're hitting your protein goal each day, as we recommend, whether it's eating keto, carnivore, or protein sparing modified fast days. You will always want to hit that protein goal. And so one of the things is, if you prioritize protein and you prioritize a little bit leaner proteins, at least for maybe one of the meals of the day, you'll get enough. You'll up the protein without upping the fat too much, and you won't get as full, so that you can get enough protein for the day. That's one of the problems. If you eat too fatty of a cut, you're not going to get enough protein before you're full, and you can't keep eating. And over time, you could slowly lose muscle if you're not getting enough protein every day. And so it's important to prioritize protein. And here's a chart that we made that talks about some different protein sources. And it gives you some examples of great cuts to up the protein while keeping the fat moderate. Things like chicken breast, white fish, pork loin. Those are all going to be in that 26 to 35 grams of protein per day for a 4-ounce serving. That's not a very big serving. 4 ounces is not a lot. And you get a good amount of protein. And all of these in that 30-gram range is where you want to be to make sure you're getting enough leucine to build muscle, stimulate muscle protein synthesis. You need that 30 grams or so of complete protein. And so if you look at these, you can kind of gauge how many ounces you need to get of each one to get at least that much. Things like tuna, shrimp are great. They're almost all protein. Egg whites as well. Beef tenderloin, turkey breast, scallops. Really, pretty much all fish, all seafood, and the leaner cuts most poultry, is leaner. And then leaner cuts of meat like your tenderloins, your loins, filet mignon. Those cuts are really going to up the protein without getting too much fat. And it's not that you have to eat just like a chicken breast and that's it. We're not saying that. We're saying, track to your macros, whatever your goals might be. If your goals are weight loss, then you got to moderate the fat a little bit. So getting a little leaner protein will help you do that. Get enough protein without too much fat. And, like I said, if you just substitute one of your meals, let's say right now you're eating a pretty fatty meal for breakfast and a, pretty fatty ribeye for dinner, and you're at a stall with your weight loss, just change one of them. Start out by just changing one of those meals to a leaner cut. Change it to some fish or tuna or something, or some shrimp in that other meal, and that'll help you still get enough protein while dialing the fat down a little bit, which will force your body to burn more fat off of your own body and give you more fat loss. And if that's your goal, is fat loss, then these proteins can really help you get there.
If you want to change your life like I've changed mine with food, I would be honored to help you. Many of you don't know that I was twice my size. I had acid reflux, I had PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, I had depression, I had IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, and food changed my life. And not only did that happen, I get to eat good food, right? Good food. So if you want to eat good food, I have perfected meal plans made by me and personal help with supplements or modifications if you have Hashimoto's, if you have Graves, if you have IBS, if you have PCOS, contact me. I would be honored to help you. You can go to keto-adapted.com and find a lot of different options there for personalized help, or message me by commenting below on this YouTube video, or you can check me out at mariamindbodyhealth.com. Mahalo.